that kindly have one section on anger management. On anger management.
Anger. Okay, sure. Got it. Got it. Good morning, friends, and welcome to yet another awesome session of Mindful Living. Like all sessions, today's session is also guaranteed to elevate your life to the next level. It's a very special session for another reason. I'll request everyone to put themselves on mute. It is to commemorate the passing away of Louise Hay. She transitioned on 30th of August 2017. And this session today is to dedicate it to her memory. Like me, there are millions millions around the world whose life has been deeply touched by Louise Hay and the work she has done. I will just I'd like to request you to share if you know about Louise Hay. If you're familiar with Louise Hay, type LH in the chat box. And if you are not familiar with Louise Hay and her work, please type no in the chat box. Okay, thank you, Brinda. Thank you. Thank you, Devpurna. Hemlata, thank you. Siddharth, no. Okay. So, fair enough. I think there are a few people who are not familiar, so I'll just share a bit about Louise Hay. Louise Hay is the author of this phenomenal book called You Can Heal Your Life,
Heal your life.
which has sold over 40 million copies. It's been translated in some 26 languages, sold millions of copies in 35 countries, and amazing work she has done. So please follow her. And, that is what we are also going to talk a little bit about more in the session today. And at the foundation of what Louise Hay shares is the basic belief that self-love is at the root of our healing, and that is what our session today is about. But before that, I'd like to request everybody, at least those who are familiar with Louise Hay, to share their favorite quote. You can unmute yourself and type in the chat, or you can type in the chat or unmute and speak. My favorite one is, "It's only a thought, and thought can be changed." It's a very powerful one, and I worked a lot on it in the last 10 years. I got introduced to Louise Hay in November 2014 when I did on a weekend workshop, 2 days workshop on You Can Heal Your Life, and that completely transformed my life. So if anyone has a favorite Louise Hay quote, please share in the chat. Otherwise we'll carry on. And so for today, we have I'm in the right place. Thank you, Sumita, for sharing. I'm in the right place at the right time, doing the right thing. That's my favorite one too. Thank you very much. And today we have Suparna, who is going to take the session on self-love.
No, not Suparna, Anamika.
I'm sorry, Suparna is the teacher I underwent the course with. My bad. So I was kind of nostalgic thinking about November 2014 when I underwent that session. Love is a great miracle cure. Thank you. And Anamika is a dear friend and a certified You Can Heal Your Life teacher. She's a cancer coach and a holistic well-being artist. She uses a variety of modalities to help people identify and address their mental and emotional issues. She's also a student of Advaita Vedanta and special interest in Saints of Kabir. In her previous life, she worked with corporations like TCS, KPMG, and Deloitte. She's an alumnus of IIM Bangalore and done her computer technology from Mumbai University. So just before that, some of you are attending a mindful living session for the first time. So those of you who are attending the session for first time, please type FT in the chat box. Second time, okay. Anybody who's doing it for the first time? Just give me a minute. I'm also putting on my hotspot. All right. So for the benefit of those who are attending our session for the first time, I'll take a minute to introduce myself. My name is Ashish Kumar and I'm the founder of Mindful Living. We started this community in April 2020 when the first lockdown happened. And a few of my friends reached out to me requesting me to conduct a session on mindfulness to help them deal with the challenges they were facing, the stress and anxiety that the lockdown was causing. And I conducted a session over a weekend. One thing led to the other, and today we have grown to be a vibrant community of over 1,000 people who connect every weekend to practice living consciously. We don't advertise about the work that we do, and you can only join our community when somebody invites you. And I'd like to take this opportunity to invite you today to join our community. This is a no nonsense WhatsApp community where people with similar interest share about living consciously and benefit from each other's wisdom. There are no political or religious messages, no good morning, good night messages. It's a no nonsense community. So we'll be sharing the link in the chat in a couple of minutes from now. So please use that to join the community and benefit from the awesome sessions we conduct on every weekend. And on that note, I'll now invite Anamika to take the session forward.
Thank you, Ashish.
Thank you.
So I'm going to share my screen. So good morning, everybody. I think everybody is in the morning space, if not good evening from the other end of the world. So as Ashish said, we are celebrating the life and legacy of Louise Hay. I'm an internationally certified Louise Hay teacher for facilitation of workshops for corporates, for teenagers. There are different programs with a little different flavor. So I've done the certification course for that. And so today, whatever we are going to speak about is on Louise Hay and her teachings, what I have learned and most of what I practice. Some of you have sent us questions when you registered, and we will take them at the end of the session. Even during the session, if you have any questions, you can put them in the chat box and we will look at it at the end of the session, or you can make a note and you can then share it at the end of the session. Great. So before we start, let's just center ourselves. Some of us have just joined the call, and let's just get rid of what happened earlier and what's going to happen next after that. So sit with your feet on the ground, back erect, your palms open and on your knees, either facing upward or downward, whichever makes sense for you. I usually do it upward in a sign of surrender, in a sign of receiving. And gently close your eyes. Even if you don't want to close your eyes, just soften your gaze. So we first just scan our body from the top of our heads to the tips of our toes. And if we come across any tightness, any stiffness, we physically and mentally just relax. Just relax. Sometimes physically, if our eyebrows are knotted, if our shoulders are hunched, they are not relaxed. Hands, legs, torso, chest, everything just relax. And relax. Relax your scalp, face, neck, throat, shoulders, arms, fingers, hands, chest, abdomen, back, upper back, lower back, mid back, buttocks, hips, knees, lower legs, calves, feet, toes. Just relax. As you relax, you will see that your breath is becoming even and rhythmic. No need to regulate it in any way. Just focus on the breath. As you breathe in, your abdomen will expand. And as you breathe out, the abdomen collapses. So breathe in, breathe out. Breathe in, breathe out. Now bring your attention to your mind. Notice what all is going on in your mind. And like you would in your computer screen, very gently and firmly, close all the open windows and applications in your mind. Bring your mind to its calm, quiet state. Now bring your attention to your heart, your physical heart first. Feel its warmth. It's pumping blood every minute, every second. And then bring your attention to your emotional heart, which is somewhere in the middle of your chest. And slowly, slowly open that heart of yours so that you can receive the feelings, the emotions, and the vulnerabilities of all those who are in the call today. And you can share your feelings and vulnerabilities as well. Remember, you're in a safe space. Now bring your attention to your energy field. It's like a shield which is all around your body. So for you to visualize it, it's like a shield all over your body. And slowly, slowly expand that energy field to include everybody in this call today so that we are all enveloped in this warm, fuzzy ball of energy. And now repeat after me. In the infinity of life where I am, all is perfect, whole, and complete. In the infinity of life where I am, all is perfect, whole, and complete. I believe in a power far greater than I am that flows through me every moment of every day. I open myself to the wisdom within, knowing that there is only one intelligence in this universe. Out of this one intelligence comes all the answers, all the solutions, all the healings, all the new creations. I trust this power and intelligence. I trust this power and intelligence, knowing that whatever I need to know is revealed to me, and that whatever I need comes to me in the right time, right space, and right sequence. All is well in my world. All is well in my world. All is well in my world. Take your time to slowly open your eyes. And once you do that, just rub your face, your arms, your body, your legs to get the circulation moving. I hope everybody's eyes are open, especially the ones whose videos are on. Okay, so I don't know how many of you attended my last session where I spoke a little bit about Louise. I'm just going to do a small revision of that. We talked about thoughts. Ashish just said it's a thought and a thought can be changed because every thought is like a seed that we plant in the soil of our subconscious mind. And we saw how a thought becomes a feeling and the feeling then translates into action. And it's a cycle that goes on. And therefore, because it's all our thoughts that are creating our reality, nobody, and no thing, no place, no person has any power over us. We are the thinkers. So we create peace and harmony and balance in our minds. If we do that, then we will find it externally in our lives. Yeah, so it's very important to keep this in mind before we go ahead. And if we change our thinking, we can change our reality. Yeah, it's only a
Ma'am,
thought.
can you go to the previous slide?
Sorry?
Can you go to the previous slide once again? Once again.
Yeah. You want to take a screenshot?
Yeah.
Yeah. Done? Okay, great. So if we change our thinking and we can change our reality. Ashish has showed the book, You Can Heal Your Life. The book he showed, it's the same book. This is a more current cover. So the cover that he showed is, I think, no longer available. So this is what it is. If you don't have this book, I strongly suggest you buy it. It's a very inexpensive book. Even if you are not the types to read, buy it, keep it on your bedside table. Whenever you feel like, open it to any page, read as much as you want. 1 paragraph, 2 paragraphs, 1 page, whatever it is. Okay. And slowly, slowly, you will start understanding and then, maybe read it more chronologically. So in this book, she says that we all have problems, right? We all have problems in our job, at home, with our relationships, with our work, with our money, with our bodies. And so those who are unmuted, can you mute yourself till I finish the presentation? Thank you so much. And she says that there are 4 things that cause major problems in our bodies and in our lives. Anybody has any clue what these 4 things are? Now you can unmute and say. Just put up your hand and I will call out to you. Ashish, I think you can see if they put up their hand. Jaydev, you want to share? Yeah, go ahead.
I could not hear the last question you asked, but I wanted to say something very.
The question was, what are the, Louise Hay talks about 4 major things that cause problems in our lives and in our bodies. So if anybody knows, you can share that. Siddharth?
I just want.
Overthinking. Overthinking.
Okay. Yeah, sorry. Jaydev Jody was saying something.
Yes. So I may not be able to answer this question at this point of time, but I have a very interesting statement to make.
Okay.
I read this book almost a decade ago, maybe more than that. And it had an beautiful impact on me.
Okay.
My mother was going through cancer, and I gave this book to my sister to please read this book and heal the mother. And you all will be very surprised that the cancer level of my mother went down from 70% bone cancer 4th stage to 12%.
Awesome. Awesome. Thank you. Thank you. Thank you for sharing. Pallavi, did you want to say something? You had unmuted.
No,
okay.
Not at this point.
Okay, great. So anybody? So the 4 things she says are resentment, criticism, guilt, and fear. Okay. I'm going to read a paragraph from the book which talks about this, which introduces this. She says these 4 things cause the major problems in our bodies and in our lives. These feelings come from blaming others and not taking responsibility for our own experiences. If we are all responsible for everything in our lives, then there is no one to blame, right? Whatever is happening out there around us is only a mirror of our own inner thinking. I am not condoning others' behavior, she says. Condoning means I'm not really supporting others' poor behavior, but it is our beliefs that attract people who will treat us that way. So if you find yourself saying everyone always does such and such thing, they always criticize me, they are never there for me, they use me like a doormat, or anything like that, then this is your pattern, she says. There is some thought in you that is attracting people who exhibit this behavior. When you no longer think that way, they will go elsewhere and do that to somebody else. They will no longer be in your life. You will no longer attract them. Right? And just as Mr. Jolly was saying, that these manifest on a physical level. It's going beyond the scope of today's presentation, but just I'm going to mention it. Resentment, she says, is that long held, can eat away at the body and become the disease we call cancer. Criticism as a permanent habit can often lead to arthritis in the body. Guilt always looks for punishment, and punishment causes pain. She says, when a client comes to me with a lot of pain, I know they are holding a lot of guilt. Fear and the tension it produces can create things like baldness, ulcers, and even sore feet. And then she goes on to say that when people come to me with problems, I don't care what it is. It can be poor health, lack of money, unfulfilled relationships, stifled creativity. There is only one thing I work on with them, and that is loving the self. I find that when we really love and accept and approve of ourselves exactly like we are, as we are, we may improve tomorrow, but today we are, and like this, and if we accept and love ourselves, then everything in life will work. It's as if there will be little miracles everywhere. Our health will improve, we will attract more money, our relationships will become more fulfilling, and we will begin to express ourselves creatively in different ways. And all these things will happen even without trying. So what we're going to do now is look at the different ways in which we can love ourselves. A common question that comes up when we talk about loving ourselves is that, isn't loving ourselves a selfish thing to do? It is selfish if you are doing only that. But we are not saying love yourself and don't love others. Don't show care and concern for others. Only stay with yourself. That's not what we are saying. We are saying put your oxygen mask first, so that then you can very easily put the oxygen mask for the others. So it is not a selfish thing. I know I have also grown up with that, loving yourself is selfish. If you think about yourself, you're selfish. You have to think about others, be selfless. But I have learned that unless my cup is full, how will I pour from it? It will be totally empty, right? If I don't replenish it from time to time. So it is important, and we'll see about some ways in which we can do that, loving ourselves. First thing she says is stop all criticism. Criticism locks us into the very pattern that we are trying to change. And it doesn't change anything, right? If you criticize others, you've seen they are not motivated in any way to change. So don't criticize yourself. Accept yourself as you are. Because when you criticize yourself, your changes are negative. But when you approve of yourself, then you can positively make a change. Forgive yourself. Let the past go. Yeah, you did the best you could at that time, given the tools and resources you had, given the knowledge, the awareness that you had at that time. We've all done a lot of mistakes in life. At that time, that was the awareness. We didn't know better. Okay. Like, for example, when my daughter was younger, I used to spank her. Okay. Because that's what I knew. As a parent, that is what you need to do. Today, I'm much more aware, much more conscious. And blaming myself is not going to help. I have apologized to her. I said, I'm sorry I did all that to you. And now I go ahead in life, right? Forgive yourself. Forgive yourself and forgive others also. But because it is for self-love, it's talking about yourself. But one story is coming to my mind. I want to share quickly. There's a gentleman called Anthony Hinton, if I'm not mistaken. It's there on the internet. He was an African American who was imprisoned wrongly. Okay, he was kept in the prison. He was kept in solitary confinement for I think 30 to 40 years. And cutting the long story short, when he was released, he came on a talk show, and the talk host asked him, what have you got to say to these people who sent you to the prison for 30 years? So he says, I forgive them. And that host was shocked. He said, what do you mean, forgive them? Yeah, they sent you for 30 years. You were kept in solitary confinement. How can you say you forgive them? He says, if I don't forgive them, then I will be in the prison for the rest of my life. Yeah, because I'll be imprisoned by that unforgiveness that is there in my life. So forgive yourself, forgive others, because that's what is good for you. It is in your self-interest. Don't scare yourself. Stop terrorizing yourself with your thoughts. It's actually thoughts don't ask us and come, right? Negative thoughts, scary thoughts, they just come. So what you need to do is, and thoughts, what happen? Once the thought comes, the second thought will come, the third thought, related thoughts, experiences, memories will all come up. So the best thing is to change the thought as soon as you can. So be ready with a good thought. I'm always ready with a thought of me sitting in the beaches of Goa, looking at the sea. That's my favorite place to be, and a lovely place. I can sit like that for hours together. So whenever there is a scary or negative thought, I bring this thought into my mind. And then once this thought comes, then again the related thoughts will come, where we went, with whom I went, the Dudhsagar Falls, what we ate, and everything that, is the joyous experience that Goa is. So keep a thought ready, so that whenever a scary or a negative thought comes along, you can easily substitute that thought. Be gentle, be kind, be patient with yourself. Treat yourself as you would someone who's a friend, right? When your friend is going, they fail, they fall, you say, it's okay, doesn't matter, next time. Say the same thing to yourself. There's this lady called Kristen Neff, Kristenneff, who has a beautiful website on self-compassion. You may want to go there and, do some of the exercise, or learn how you can be more gentle and kind with yourself. Sorry. Be kind to your mind. Okay. So don't hate yourself for having those thoughts, those negative thoughts. As I said, gently change your thoughts. And we said, don't criticize, stop criticism. So praise yourself. Yeah. Praise does wonders to everybody. You congratulate somebody, you say, keep it up, more power to you, whatever you say. It motivates people, it inspires people to go ahead. So praise yourself so that you can go ahead in life. Support yourself, find ways in which you can support yourself. Reach out to friends, allow them to help you. We are all very proud givers. We like to give help, we like to give people things, but we don't graciously receive. No, it's okay, it doesn't matter. It was nothing great I did. Oh, it's all a teamwork. Yeah, we can't even accept compliments sometimes. So try to be as gracious a receiver as you are a giver. And today, with a lot of these celebrities coming out in talking about their mental health, support yourself by going to a therapist or a counselor if that's what is required for you. Yeah, don't hesitate to do that. Be loving to your negatives, as we said. These anything that happens in our life is there to teach us something about ourselves. So most of you know that I also went through cancer. And for me, that experience was the best experience in my life. I'm talking about this after 7 years of having gone through it. Maybe I wouldn't have said the same thing when I was actually going through my chemo and my treatment. But today, Siddharth, you've raised your hand. Is that something that you can talk at the end of the presentation?
Sure, sure. I just
Yeah.
wanted to have a detail on this. Be loving to your negatives. Just wanted to understand, and nothing else. You can do it
Be loving
afterwards.
to your negatives.
Yeah.
That's what we are talking about, right? That's what we are talking about. Yeah. So, lovingly release all the negative patterns that you have. whatever is negative in your life has a reason for being there. Try to find out why they are there and then slowly release them. Understand what is the need that they are fulfilling, right? So, for example, I used to be a very angry young woman. I'm a less angry and older woman now. But what is it, the anger? What is anger? Anger is basically an emotion that tells you that you are frustrated about something or you're hurt about something. Something is not going your way. So understand what is it that is not going your way, because then only can you be kind to your negative emotion of anger, for example. So that is what you have to do, a little reflection on what is happening and be loving to your negatives. And if you have more questions than that, we can do at the end of the session. Take care of your body. The most prized possession you have, your body. Yeah. Give it nutritious food, exercise regularly. Let there be most rest and sleep to help your body rejuvenate. Mental, emotional well-being, all that. Take care of your body. Everything that we said, the mind and body are connected. We talked about how resentment can cause something like cancer, how guilt causes pain. So all these have an impact on the body. And in the book, You Can Heal Your Life, this relationship between the body and the mind is very nicely explained, very easily and simply explained. Then do mirror work. That is something Louise Hay advocates very strongly. I don't know if all of you got a handheld mirror. Do you have a mirror with you? If you don't have a mirror with you, then just use your phone in the selfie mode. You have your mirror, then put the mirror in front of your face. Look into your eyes. Look into your eyes and say, I love you. Look into your eyes and say, I love you. As you would say, tell your, lover. Look into your eyes and say, I love you. Do it either with a mirror or with the phone on the selfie mode. Anybody wants to share their experience? How did it feel? Pallavi smiling. I can see only some of you. So yeah, Pallavi, how did it feel? It's ridiculous, right?
Yeah, funny.
Yeah, what the heck? I love you. My God, what a silly thing to do. Yes, Mr. Jaydev Jolly.
Not only I'm practicing this for quite some time, I'm actually training a lot of people as
Oh,
I'm
how
an L&D
nice.
head.
How nice. How nice. How
And
nice.
let me tell you, just to I know from where you are coming, it may be useful for all of us. When I did this for the first time in my life, almost a decade ago, I cried.
Yeah.
And I realized that till that point of time, and maybe I was at 40, 38, 9, 40 years of age, I had never loved myself. My love to myself was conditional.
Yes.
Whereas today, when I'm 52, still look 40 because today I was just sending pics of all my beautiful city where I'm living to all my friends, including Ashish. So I was enjoying. I didn't go to the office today. I just wanted, my body said relax. So I'm
How
relaxing
nice.
and enjoying.
How nice. How nice. Anybody else wants to share? Sonali, how did it feel?
It was nice. I mean, it just made me smile even more.
Yeah, nice, nice. Was it the first time you were doing it?
No, I mean, I've done like I
Okay.
have used the mirror before, but it's been a while since I did it, so this felt good.
Sure. Anybody here is doing it for the first time and would want to share how you felt?
Yeah, I'm doing it for the first time. Can you hear
Yes.
me?
Yes, Brigadier, tell me.
Yeah, the first thing I just looked into my eyes and I said, I love you.
Ah,
And my eyes said, what nonsense are you doing?
yeah.
But then, yeah, and it said, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 bad things that you have and still you love me. And then it also said that, no, you love yourself for 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7
Yeah.
good things that, you have in you. So it is it is a realization of what you have, as also what you don't have, which you have to improve upon.
Beautiful. What a lovely sharing. Yes, this is what usually happens. Like Pallavi said and Brigadier Vidur said, you feel silly, okay? And then you start judging yourself. What the heck? Why should I love you? There's so many things to criticize in you, right?
Yeah.
So why the heck am I loving you? Yeah, and that's what we have to stop. So continue this practice for those who are doing for the first time. Do it every day with that faith and the belief. Just do it. So I do in every morning. We all are in front of the mirror, brushing our teeth or washing our face. That's a good time to do so that you don't need a reminder. Otherwise, during the day, who's going to take a mirror and then start talking to themselves? And the people around us will wonder whether we have lost it or something like that. So when we're in the bathroom door is closed. We can, talk to ourselves. I do this every day. So do this mirror work every day. Slowly, you'll start believing it. Yeah, as you said, because it all goes together. If you stop all criticism and be gentle and kind to yourself, then mirror work will become easier to do. Love yourself, do it now, right? So don't wait, oh, till I get my next good job, or till I'm, I have an hourglass figure, or till I get this magical partner of mine, or till the, stars are in that juxtaposition of the correct, planetary position. No, just do it now. And finally, have fun. Have fun, smile, laugh, rejoice. For all of you who have registered for this webinar, I'm going to send you this page, okay? Ashish's team will send it to you later after this session so that you can keep it. You can maybe laminate it, keep it somewhere where you can keep on reminding yourself. Now, several things we have discussed. Some I will quickly go through and then I will open it up for questions. What prevents us from experiencing this joy, thank you, Brigadier. We feel that we have to control everything. Yeah. So we need to know that there are these three spheres. One is the sphere of control, one is the sphere of influence, and the other is of concern, right? Where we are not controlling. So what can we control? Only ourselves. What we are thinking, what we are feeling, what we are doing, what exercise am I doing, how much time am I spending in nature, what foods am I eating, am I getting enough sleep, what new things can I try? I cannot make my spouse or my adult children or even my teenage children do that, right? I can influence them maybe if they are willing to listen to me, but I can't control them. So we have to understand that. And I'm going to end this with my presentation with the Serenity Prayer, which will help us make the difference. And then some things are concerned. I'm concerned about the big, bad, wide world, cruel world that I'm living in. Yeah. If I can do something about it, let me do something about it. But then let me not otherwise talk about it or feel bad about it, because that's not helping me and my body in any way. Okay. So, any news item that you read, if the title, if the headline is not very positive, don't go and read the nitty-gritties. If somebody has been raped, what exactly happened? What was the sequence of events? Not necessary. Unless you are deciding to do something about it, then by all means go and read. Otherwise, don't trouble your mind, because it's not going to help you or anybody else. We need to accept life as it is, then we will be much more peaceful, calm, right? And this is a beautiful explanation of what is acceptance. It's raining. Yeah, okay. But otherwise we'll say, oh, why is it raining? Now I have to go out. Why is it always rain when I go out? Not helping in any way. Yeah. So when we don't accept the reality around us is when we cause pain to ourselves, when we suffer. So see that you accept what's happening. We little bit talked about feelings. Feelings are natural and they're messengers. They're telling us something about what's going on in our lives. So again, acknowledge them, honor them. We are not very good people to identify and acknowledge our feelings because we have never been taught to do that, either in school or in college or at home. So this is something that I use with my people I interact with. It's called the emotional wheel, freely available on the internet. You just search for emotional wheel and you get different permutation combinations of this. It has these 3 concentric circles. The innermost circle has the basic 7 emotions. Then they are further classified as you go out, and you can start with maybe thrice in a day. As you get up, what are you feeling? Sometime during the day, put an alarm at 3 o'clock or something, and then before you sleep for the day, what are you feeling? For me, from 9 to 5, which is when I'm working, I'm awake, I have an alarm that goes on every 1 hour. How am I feeling? And I pause to find out what is it that's going on within me. What am I feeling? Okay, most of us sit all the time and work, so it's a good thing to take a pause to even stretch. Yeah, because your back is getting this, so you can stretch. um, Again, that's some form of self-love. So learn to fill your own cup first, because unless your cup is full, you don't know. I don't know how many of you have noticed. I live with my mother, and my mother has always been a very giving person, always with the family and always giving, giving, giving. Today she's 84. She doesn't have anything within her. She's always looking for. She's very needy because nothing is there within her to keep her happy, to keep her grateful, to keep her life fulfilled. So these are some of the affirmations. You will say, my feelings are valid, I am enough, I should be kind to myself, and my mental health matters. So like this, affirmations are there all over the internet. Louise Hay affirmations, they're there in the book also. The ones that I used when we did our guided meditation in the beginning are also taken from the book. So you can take any, you can say them every day. Again, you can put them in one paper and laminate them, keep them some on your soft board or wherever you can see them properly. Our culture all doesn't advocate taking rest, right? We have things like aram haram hai and things like that, right? The best part of my day is when I'm resting. It's just such a beautiful time when I'm doing nothing and just resting my body and resting my mind. So please do not feel guilty. Take advantage of the fact that your body and your mind needs the rest to rejuvenate and to be relaxed, to be refreshed. This I'm just sharing. I just liked it, that the best cure for the body is the quiet mind. The best cure for the mind is never mind, right? It reminds me of a book called Don't Sweat the Small Stuff by Richard Carlson. So he says, don't sweat the small stuff. Okay, that's the title of the book. And the tagline is that it's all the small stuff. So nothing in life is so big that we make a big hue and cry out of, that making a mountain out of a molehill. That's what we do most of the time. If it's a molehill, let's treat it as a molehill and go through life. This is the Serenity Prayer. Again, something that you should laminate. I have it laminated to remind. It comes from the Alcoholic Anonymous. Okay, it's a very well-known prayer in those circles. That God grant me the serenity to accept the things I cannot change. Yeah, the courage to change the things I can, and the wisdom to know the difference. Yeah, very powerful prayer. Should say it every day. There is a variation of this. Okay, which says, God grant me the serenity to accept the people I cannot change, the courage to change the one I can, and the wisdom to know that it's me. And finally, this is something I practically do in all my presentations now. So everyone, close your eyes, put your arms out, and repeat after me. Everything in my life is unfolding perfectly in the right time, right space, and right sequence. I release all worry, all doubt, all fear. I enjoy the present moment And in the infinity of life, where I am, all is perfect, whole, and complete. Yeah. Great. That's the end of my presentation. As I'm speaking about fear, another quote comes to my mind, that if you knew who is walking with you on the path that you have chosen, if you knew who is walking with you in the path you have chosen, you will never be afraid. Yeah. So if any of you want to be connected with me, this is my WhatsApp number, Gmail account. My initiative is called Joy Hamesha, like this, the mindful living, because I feel the joy is always there within us, and we just need to, what do you say? Need to discover it. We need to discover it. We are there on Facebook. We are there on Instagram, LinkedIn. Now you have to be everywhere, So instead of actually doing work, I have to create a lot of content. We are on YouTube, on Spotify. So you can connect with me in any which way that you would like to do. So that's the end of my presentation. And now I'm open to questions that people may have.
And while we are waiting
Hello.
for the questions to
morning.
come. Yes, Rajneesh, go on.
Good morning.
I'll request everybody to use the reactions button, raise your hand, and also put your video on so that we can see you when you're asking a question.
Thank you.
Yeah.
Should I put on my video on?
That will be nice. That will be nice to see you.
Because I have not yet taken my bath.
Or
we don't know that. We don't know that.
Until
good
you told
morning.
us.
Anamika, good morning to Ashok. It's been a great day. Now you can see me.
Yeah,
right?
we can see you.
Otherwise, मैं सलमान खान बना हुआ था. It's so hot in Anand, Gujarat. Very humid.
Okay, go ahead.
So my question is to you that can we get this recording? My first question is that.
Yes.
Yeah, all mindful living presentations are recorded, and Ashish, maybe you can share the YouTube link that all of.
Rajneesh, are you a member of the mindful living community?
Not yet, I believe.
If
but
not, then we have just shared the link of the WhatsApp group in the chat. Please click that and join the community. That's where we share all the recordings.
Because I have been following her for a while, right?
Sorry?
Unfortunately, I went for my breakfast and I learned, oh my God, I joined at around 11 o'clock.
Okay.
But I'm watching, where is that? What is the name of the group? Mindfulness?
Mindful living.
I'm finding it.
Yeah, it's there in the chat. We have shared the link in the chat. You can join, and that's where we'll share the recording. Thank you, Rajneesh.
Thank you very much. I look forward for this beautiful affirmation that God grant me serenity to accept the thing as they are.
Yes.
आजकल things कम हो गई हैं, लोग ज्यादा हो गए हैं अशोक जी, बंदे ज्यादा आ गए हैं.
Whom is he addressing? Ashok. There is no Ashok.
Ashish.
Yeah, मेरे mind में अशोक चल रहा है, आशीष चल रहा है.
Thank you, Rajneesh ji.
Sure. Take care.
Yeah, Pallavi.
Am I audible?
Yes, we can hear you.
Yeah, this is the first session that I have attended, and I was introduced, as I mentioned, through my superior, and I am very happy and delighted that I'm part of this session now going forward. I would request if I can get all the details about the sessions and also what is coming up next, which will really help to release the stress in everybody's life. I would like to grab that opportunity to do that. Being in corporate, as Anamika has already been part of corporate, she can understand the stress that we all go through every day. Definitely these kind of sessions are really helpful, and for a long time I've been looking for something, and you, as you said, that universe grants you something that you वो आप किसी चीज को ऐसे चाहते हो तो
शिद्दत से
तो कायनात आपके
शाहरुख खान ने बोला है ये, शाहरुख खान ने बोला है, don't forget.
Copyright goes to Shahrukh Khan.
We have to listen. I mean, though it has come from Rhonda Bryan or somebody else, but anyway. Thank you, Pallavi. And as Ashisha says, the link to join the group is there in the chat box. Please,
Yeah.
please join the group. Somebody
And
else had, yeah, you had a question?
what is it happening every Saturday? I'm not very sure about that.
We will
Yeah.
we will share the details with you, Pallavi. Next Saturday we don't have any session because it's Ganesh Chaturthi.
Ganesh
But
Chaturthi.
we do otherwise we have it every
Most Saturdays are there.
And any other seminar that is happening in physical presence also, maybe those details
So
also could
Pallavi,
be
once you
mentioned.
join the group, when there are physical meets, you'll come to know about that as
Sure.
well. Yeah.
Sure,
Sure.
sure. Thank you so much. Thank you.
All right,
Devarna?
Pallavi.
Hi, thank you.
Hi.
It's always a pleasure to be in one of these sessions.
Yes.
I have a very I don't know, my question. I've been in therapy for a while. I've been doing self-work for a while. When we say that I'll release resentment, I will release jealousy, these I feel are very human parts of a person. So you
Yes.
can't stop them from coming.
No, you're right. You're right. They will come. So that's what I'll repeat, Devarna. They will come. You acknowledge them, honor them, but realize that they will not help you in any way. Right? And once you realize that they are not helping you in any way, you can say
That's
tata bye bye. Very lovingly say tata bye bye.
Yeah.
With lot of love, with lot of love. Yeah, because as you rightly said, they are part of your life.
जरूरत नहीं.
Yeah, they have.
आपकी जिंदगी.
Sorry?
मैं बोल रही हूँ आपकी जरूरत नहीं है जिंदगी में. Say that
Yeah,
and
correct.
move on.
But thank it for being there in your life. आपकी जरूरत नहीं है अभी, पर जब तक आप थे मेरे साथ, तब जो भी आपने किया, that is helpful, right? So be grateful for that and say bye bye.
Thank you.
One thing which might help Devarna is thinking that these thoughts are also trying to serve us. They're trying to keep us safe or protect us, so when we realize that, then it's easier to deal with them. And like Anamika said, accept them and say bye-bye with love, because they are there for a purpose. All right. Thank you for asking that, Devarna. Yes, Siddharth.
Sir, a stupid and but a relevant question from me, as always. So, I do a lot of sessions and I have learned a lot of books. I have started following some principles of the art of living also. So, anger, the only thing which I think one very negative trait which I have is on the anger. The spontaneous anger, जो होता है basically frustration, anger जो आप बोलते हो. तो जब आप पढ़ते हो ना तो आपको लगता है भाई ठीक है हमें काम होना चाहिए, कूल होना चाहिए, सिचुएशन पर कंट्रोल करना चाहिए. बट ये जो प्रैक्टिकली जब आप सिचुएशन में फंसते हो ना तब वो सब भूल के फिर आप मतलब अपने उसको आ जाते हो नॉर्मल ट्रेड पे. उसको कैसे हैंडल करें?
So that it's all a question of being aware all the time. You have to be aware कि क्या चल रहा है, क्यों मुझे गुस्सा आ रहा है, और ये गुस्सा मेरे शरीर को क्या कर रहा है. If this resentment is not serving me and it may cause cancer to me, then why the heck am I doing this? For me, it was that. Even as I said, I was also very angry. I said, this anger is creating my disease. Why am I therefore being angry? So find out why. So be more aware. Do a little bit of journaling. Keep some time to think. See, we have to do these practices consciously and consistently till we die. So this is a process. Chalta rahega. That wisdom will come to you, Siddharth. Just continue whatever practices you're doing. Yeah, continue with your practices.
Can I add something to this, Anamika madam?
Yes, of course.
Yeah, Siddharth sir, what you do is you take a glass full of muddy water or blue water or red water, and you put it under a tab of clean water. And you start adding that clean water to the muddy water or blue water. You will find that it will not instantaneously change to clean water. But you put it for 2 minutes, 3 minutes, 4 minutes, 5 minutes. Slowly, the blue or the muddy part of it will go away. and what you will find after 10 minutes is the clean water in that glass. Okay, you can practically do that. I have a video, but then I can't put it now, my IT handicap. So what we're doing is, when we realize that these, guilt and the criticism and all those bad habits or anger that you said, we have to continuously try and put it into our subconscious. Consciously, we are getting angry consciously. We are getting angry or controlling our anger always consciously. Do you ever get angry on your boss or show that you're angry on your boss? Never. But you will get angry on your child. You will get angry on your friend. You will not get angry on a person who is 6 feet tall, hefty on the road, and he does something with you. But definitely, if you find that a person is like me or below me, you will get angry. So anger is a very conscious emotion, though it comes out abruptly. Now you have to control it, like you've been controlling it with your teachers, your parents, your elders, your counterparts who are more powerful than you. You have to inculcate that into your mind, and it is over a period of time that when your conscious goes into your subconscious, that is how our habits have formed. Nobody told me, nobody ever taught me in the class that when you are passing by a temple, you should do this or whatever you do, or by church or by mosque, depending on your religion. But over a period of time, when I saw people doing that, slowly, I started doing that in the last 50 years. And now whenever I pass through a mandir, I do a particular action. This is all subconsciously coming. So this control of all these attitudes will subconsciously go into you. It will take time, but you have to try, very intently. And then it will happen. You will find that certain things are happening with you, and you will be surprised that things which I never thought are happening.
Yeah. Thank you.
Thank you,
Dr.
Brigadier Sam.
Brigadier.
Thank you, Brigadier Sam. Good to learn from your wisdom always. Thank you.
Thank you.
Mr.
And
Dayal,
just
let's
Yeah.
ask him.
Yeah, surely.
Just would
Yeah,
like
good
to
morning
add.
to.
Yeah.
Oh, sorry,
Dayalji,
sorry.
just 1 minute.
Yeah.
Yeah, please.
Just would like to add to what Brigadier Vidur shared. Like in army, they say the more you bleed in peace, the more you work in peace, the less you bleed in war. So it's all about practice of that.
Yes.
So the more you keep practicing, the better you will be when the actual thing happens. There's
True.
one question in the chat which is there, and I would like to take that before we ask Dayalji to ask this question.
Sure.
This is from Dr. Juhi to you. And she says, Anamika, how did you handle your I'll read out what she's written. Anamika, when you were fighting the challenges, issues in your life and fighting with cancer, how did you manage this?
Okay. So today I don't use the word fight because whom are we fighting? Our own bodies, right? So I don't use the word fight. Again, it's the same thing like this emotions. Cancer came into my body for a particular reason, and I accepted that. At that time, not so much, but yeah, now I would accept it and lovingly ask it to leave my body. So during that time, the first cycle was I'll quickly tell you that the first cycle I went in a haze. It was like a denial. I didn't know what was happening to me, right? And but once that happened, once the first cycle went through, I took my life into my hands. So the second time when I went for my second chemo, I actually had a list of questions to ask the doctor. Okay, so I took the thing into my hand. The main thing I think for any change to happen in our lives is to have a why. Why am I doing this? And to have an emotional why. It's not some era gara why. It's an emotional one, right? I have my daughter was 13 years old at that time, 12 or 13. So it was for me that why that I have to go through it for her, right? I have to get well.
So we will need 12 tiles to make our rectangle. There are 16.
I don't know whose this it is. Yeah. So I think that time, that's what made me go through it. And today I know that that experience actually taught me to be resilient. To actually, I have changed as a person. It was a springboard for me for personal development. And Dr. Jui, I think we can discuss a little more on a direct chat. I'd like to take the other questions on the session today. I'm making a
Sure.
note of Dr. Juhi and I will connect with her.
All right. Thank you, Anamika. And we have, I know you are pressed for time, but is it okay to take last two
Yes,
questions from
yes, I
Reality
can
and
take
Geology?
questions. I can take questions.
So we'll take two more and then we will draw the session.
And there
to
were
a
some
close.
questions on the you had sent me. Maybe we should look at that also as.
Sure. So after these two, if we have time,
Yeah.
then we will take up those questions.
Yeah, yeah. Who is
Yes,
asking now?
Dayalji.
Dayalji.
Can I please? Good morning.
Yeah, go ahead.
Yeah, good morning, everyone. These are the name suggests mindfulness, like makes a lot of difference. And you are the live example of inspiring these our lives. These are these programs which makes us life to the next level. And thank you very much for sharing this thing. And like coming to the mirror work, like, I initially, yes, I have been doing it, but really embarrassing. Like first thing when I get up in the morning, I used to brush, forget it, don't look it. But now it makes a lot of difference. Yes, yeah, we are an awesome creature. That's why, that is one thing. And I always believe in improving every day. Like this day should be better than the next day. Now my only request, like I have been attending these programs, amazing. Like there's always something adding to our life, like But what happens? Most of these programs in the evening, which we can't attend. Like today was a morning, so it's very convenient. So my request, the next time these programs should be done in the morning time, preferably.
Yeah, it's different people have different preferences, right? So Ashish has
Yes,
done
no, I'm not saying, I'm just
yeah,
trusting as
yeah.
my
So
suggestion.
it will be there. Some people will prefer morning, some evening, and that is why he keeps all the recordings so that even if you miss it, it's all there for you to have a look.
Yes,
Thank you
yes.
for sharing.
Thank you so much for sharing
Thank
this
you.
thing. Yeah.
Thank you, dear. Yes, Jolly.
Okay. You're on mute.
So while Jolly Ji is unmuting himself, I'll maybe take up a question which came to us.
Yeah.
And this is an interesting.
Yes, I unmuted.
Okay.
Sorry. I'm on mobile, so sometimes the buttons don't pop up. I don't have a question actually. I have a very interesting, intriguing observations about both the session and some of the questions that were raised. You know what I was feeling when these questions were being raised? Oh, these are the same questions which I might have asked myself at some point of time. What are the journeys we come to and how we change actually? That is something I will definitely like to add if it helps everybody in this room. And referring to my own journey, whatever little I've learned about myself. One thing is that at a conscious level, we become aware of a lot of things. That has also happened today. All of us became aware of certain things, but that was at a conscious level. Whereas change occurs when it happens at an emotional level or at unconscious level, which this Brigadier sir was talking very beautifully. So just want to add one thing if it makes sense, and it made a lot of sense to me when I was working with myself. One is very favorite dialogue of mine, dil to bachcha hai ji. Whatever age may we reach, हमारा दिल ना छोटा बच्चे की तरह बिहेव करता है, and my favorite word for that is Hulk. शरीर से बहुत ताकतवर, दिमाग से बिल्कुल खाली. And Dimag gets a lot of knowledge from here and there, but Dimag acts actually very differently. And the connection from Dimag, the so-called conscious brain, to the unconscious or your body or your emotions. And yes, emotions are manifested in our body, which Anamika was also referring, which I learned almost a decade ago through this book only. So all our emotions are manifested in body. When we become aware of our body, we become aware of our emotions. And there's a journey. I will not go in detail today. And when we become aware of our emotions, we become consciously aware of emotions, second, third stage. Then when we send some message to ourselves कि jolly आगे से ऐसा नहीं करना, या love yourself, या angry नहीं होना, that in the microsecond we change our behavior. And that is what I sometimes tell my my students, but they are not students, they are managers in company. Thank you. That's all I want.
Thank you so much.
Thank
Yeah.
you. Thank you, Jolly. And there is one from Hemlata Anamika, which is, how does being jealous serve us? So I was saying that all the emotions are there, negative and positive, that serve us. So how do you acknowledge jealousy and how do you let that go? I guess that's the question, Hemlata, right?
Yeah. So acknowledge me. So jealousy basically means you have something that I don't, right? So that is why I'm jealous of you. So if you have something, then it's good. Again, it's a question of awareness. Why do I want what you have? What is it that is making me want that? So it's a question of awareness. And if it is something that I want and I can have, by all means, let's go ahead and have that. Make the effort or make the effort to get it. And if it's something that I cannot have, I'm jealous of somebody who has a helicopter, I'm not going to get a helicopter. There's no point in me being jealous, because again, jealousy is an emotion that will be stored in the body in some form of the other, right? So we should always remember that these negative emotions are not serving our body. They might cause some illness. And if we want to keep our body strong, healthy, which we all want to, because that's the only, means of communication, means of doing that we have, then we will stop doing that. So again, acknowledge, yeah, I'm feeling jealous. Because of this, be aware why you're feeling jealous, and then let go or take action. If somebody, if it's a promotion, for example, and you can get that promotion, by all means, go and get that promotion. Make, smart goals, talk with your boss, and, get that happening in your life. So, yeah, that's the answer. Ashish, you wanted to add?
Does that help, Hemlata?
Yeah, I think jealousy is just a human nature. So the feelings come and go. Situation.
Absolutely. Absolutely.
Because somewhere you said that every such feeling serve you somewhere. It's trying to teach you
Serve
something.
means we have to be aware of why we are feeling that.
I think it's just natural. It's coming
Yeah,
and going.
but Hemlata, if you keep on feeling it again and again every day, then you are harming your body. It's not it's natural, but if it's not harming, it's harming my body, I need to reframe, I need to change my thinking.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Yeah, one thing which I would like to add, which my teacher Nitya Shanti shares often, is mudita, which is be happy in other person's happiness. And because at the energy level, we are all the same, Hemlata. And when we rejoice in other person's happiness, what he has got, then that's the fastest way for us to attract that in our lives.
Our happiness,
So,
yeah.
So thank you for asking that. And Anamika, how much time do we have?
Quickly, I'll just go through the questions you've sent me. I don't know whose questions they are.
Okay.
Is self-love not equal to being selfish? I've already addressed this, that it's not selfish at all, or not being vain at all. You need to love yourself. Otherwise, what are we doing? I mean, how can we give love to others if we don't love ourselves? How to be consistent in healing oneself, as Ashish and somebody else also said. Consistent, conscious practice. There's nothing else, right? When we are giving our exams, we take last 5 years papers, last 10 years papers from other colleges, other schools. Kitna practice karte hai, right? But when it comes to life, we don't want to practice. We want things to change overnight. They don't change overnight. If you're 40 years old, then whatever you have done for 40 years, you will need another 40 years to unravel it, right? Or at least 10 years. Chalo 40, let me not be so pessimistic. It has to be continuous practice. So as I said about anger for myself, right? So it's not that I don't get angry, and when I get angry, my spouse is very prompt to remind me "Arey, you said you don't get angry. What is this happening?" But when I'm conscious, I know the 9 times earlier when I could have got angry and I didn't get angry. This is the 10th time. Yeah, because I journal, because I keep track of what's happening. I know. So I'm happy. I don't have to explain anything to him, but I'm happy that I'm progressing. Yeah. So that consistency, that confidence in yourself, you need to have. Will there be a recording? We've already talked about it. Please do join the group to access the recording. And Ashish, the YouTube link has also been shared, right?
Yes, we will be sharing. There'll be a mail that we'll be sending to everybody who
great.
registered, which will have
Great.
all the links.
Great. How to define how much love for the self is the right amount? How much love for your children is the right amount? How much love for your parents is the right amount? How much love for your partner is the right amount? If you have an answer to that, then this answer will also come. And curious to discover the secrets of self-love and loving self. Yeah, I think we discussed that in the session. So yeah.
Thank you. Thank you so much, Anamika, for taking out time.
Pleasure.
Anamika has a very busy schedule today, and
Yeah.
still she made time for this.
For some reason, today's a busy day.
Thank you so much, Anamika. Thank you everybody for joining.
And one last thing, that's why I asked you to get a paper and pen. So immediately, we don't have the time now during the call, but immediately, please write down 3 things that you will do for yourself continuously, consistently, and with awareness. Just 3 things. Or even if you want to write one thing, write one thing. Start with that one thing and start practicing.
And also share with us in the WhatsApp group what have you written down, so it will motivate others also to care for themselves.
Yes. And I'm also part of the group, so you can connect with me whenever you want. Thank you so much.
And in case you haven't bought the book, please do buy. It will be a good occasion to buy it, on this occasion. Our next session on Louise will be around in the first week of October, which is when 8th of October is when she was born. So that's when we will plan our next session.
Just one thing, Ashish, that this book is available in other Indian languages as well.
All right. Yeah, this is, like I mentioned, translated into 26 different languages. So pick up the one which is you're most comfortable with. And have a nice weekend. And we look forward to connecting you on 14th of September now. Thank you. Take care.
Thank you. Thank you very much, Anamika, madam.
Thank you. Thank you, everybody. Thank you so much. Bye-bye.
Have a lovely day ahead.
Yes, you too.
Thank you, ma'am.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Thank you, Ash.